Good evening, everyone. So today we are going to talk about green revolution in India and its impact on the Indian economy and the Indian agriculture. So, as we all know, the level of impact green revolution had on India. So, primarily, what used to happen before 1960, India had faced a major food challenge. There was a scarcity of food. India was not able to uh, produce all the food that was required in that particular year. So, we had to heavily rely on the imports, and we were very much vulnerable to price fluctuations and the shortages. And the biggest pivotal movement in the Indian economy, like agricultural economy history, was this green revolution of India, and it had a very strong impact on India's economy. And this saw the dramatic rise in the agricultural output. Apart from it, in this presentation or video presentation today, we are going to discuss about the impact that it created and what are the pros and the cons of this agricultural reform that was there in India. So, moving to the scenario that was before. So, traditional agricultural practices were not able to meet the India's growing population's food demand, and we had to rely on the food which was imported from the foreign countries. So, before the Green Revolution, India's vast agricultural sector struggled to produce enough food for its increasing the population. And traditional farming methods, which were used like a simple plow and manual farming was used. So it was very less efficient. So this was not able to like meet the annual demand that India had at that time. So we clearly required some sort of reforms. And then there was the Green Revolution. So it emerged in the early 1960s, and it was a combination of the initiatives that were taken, and these initiatives were aimed at revolutionizing the Indian agriculture. A key aspect was the introduction of the HYV seeds, high yield variety seeds. These seeds were specially bred in laboratories like which are present in countries like Mexico and Brazil. So, what actually happened after using the HYV? The production from the same land increased, which used to happen before using the HIV seeds. And then there were new infra aimed at irrigation technologies, and canal development was there. So, and chemical fertilizers and these things were being used. So, it basically increased and the ecosystem of the farming at that time. And then once all these previous steps were done, then there was the benefits or the rewards that we reaped after sowing the seeds. So we adopted the modern farming technologies, and because of which we got the very high crop yields and food grain production soared, meeting the growing demands of the population. And by the late 70s, India was able to achieve self-sufficiency food production, and later on we were also able to export the grains. And because of that, we saw the economic boom, which was the ripple effect of the same. So the green revolution's effect rippled through the Indian economy, increased agriculture output, translated into higher economies for farmers, especially in the regions like Punjab, which embraced these sort of technologies in the very beginning early. So this rise of income led to increased rural spending and boosting the demand for consumer products in market, and then overall it improved the economy. And because of the higher income of the farmers, they had more disposable income, so it was good for the economy. And now let's talk about the challenges and criticisms that a green revolution is like faced. So despite its success, the green revolution and all these sort of initiatives faced some sort of criticism. So basically the arguments were that this sort of I think it increased the gap between the large landowners and small workers. So what happened with large landowners and wealthier farmers benefiting more than the small scale farmers, and then the farmers who were small scale were not able to uh, get or exploit it as much as was possible for the farmers with uh, big land. And the issues with the use of fertilizers and everything also is said to be little harmful, and people are not using it in moderate. And apart from this, multiple type of concerns regarding the environmental degradation and sustainability has been increased by the multiple people. But it also had some sort of multiple positive effects and also some share of negative effects. So in conclusion, it was a transformational step towards the rise of the economy and towards the rise of being self-sustainable. So it had a transformational impact on the Green Revolution on India's economy, and we were able to achieve the self-sufficiency and rural development. And from here on, and after the Green Revolution, people are going for the sustainable agriculture practices, and inclusive growth strategy should be followed. So thank you. That is all I would like to end with just one quote of Mr. M.S. Swaminathan. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have a chance to go right. Thank you.